It's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, and welcome to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue-focused late-night show in the country where we are on a mission. Our mission really is to empower. Our mission is to inspire. And our mission at the end of the day is to provide you, that's right, you, the hard-working entrepreneur, with all of the resources that are necessary to execute that big vision you have for the people you were called to serve. And on this episode, we have the one and only, yes, Dominique is in the building. And she'll be talking about how you can use perseverance and consistency to be successful. Well, we'll see how that's possible. What's going on, Dominique? How you doing?
Good evening. Doing well. Pray all is well with you as well.
All is well. Thanks so much for being on the show. And thank you to viewers for watching and inviting us into your home. You have a lot of choices and you choose to spend this time with us. So thank you so much. Before we get started, I've got to ask the question that's got to be on everybody's mind. And we'll get into your background in a moment. We'll get into how famous you are in a moment and all that. But they've got to be curious. We're talking about perseverance and consistency. And in today's world, here's the question. Why do you feel folks are struggling these days to be consistent? I mean, I'm not trying to be funny, but you can go to AI today and say, what do I need to do today? And AI will tell you exactly what to do. I mean, you can go watch a TikTok video and get motivated or Instagram reel and get excited, yet people are still struggling. So why are people struggling these days?
Great question. Definitely a great question. Two reasons in my mind that come to mind to me. One is we live in an environment or a world that has to see it first. So perseverance for me is you can't get caught up in the instant seeing of what's going on, right? So that's one. And then two is discipline. So you've got to discipline yourself and you got to look beyond what you see initially. So I think that's really the biggest thing. And then motivation, self-motivation is also another key as well.
I love it. Now, perseverance means different things to different people. So we can all be on the same page. What does perseverance mean to you so we can understand what we're talking about today?
Absolutely. So for me, it's, again, looking beyond what you see, right? Perseverance is not about what you see instantly. It's about what commitments have you made? What faith, and I'm a faith woman. So what can I have rooted in faith, which is the substance of things that are not seen and hoped for, right? So that is where my foundation is built on. So that means I need to be able to see it, sight to see, before I actually see it. And so for me, perseverance is staying a course, regardless of what I see immediately. It will come to pass step by step, but don't look at what's in front of you right now. What you got to do is make up in your mind, I've got a goal, I've got something that I want to reach, and it may not happen right now, but I got to be able to see it before I see it.
As a person of faith, I can resonate with that. For the entrepreneur that's watching right now, they might be asking the question, it's on my mind as well, is why is perseverance so important for us as entrepreneurs when results aren't happening as fast as we want them to happen? Which, I know it's an unfair question, but I'm like, whoa. So why is it so important for us when we're just not seeing the results?
That's right. I look at it as like a seed, right? So we have plants that are all around us. We have flowers that are all around us. It takes time. Plants don't grow overnight. It takes time to actually, guess what? Plant that seed, water it, nurture it, make sure it has sunshine and all of the things. Perseverance works the same exact way. So you can't see the results immediately. Sometimes you do. Depends on what you're doing, right? You got popcorn, put it in the microwave. It comes out in a minute and a half, depending on what size you have. But for perseverance, we get stuck because we want to see those immediate results. But if we look at it like a seed, I think it would resonate better. And we can say, okay, this is just a seed. So I'm anticipating it growing from here on out. But I've got to do some things first, step by step, before it comes to fruition.
Step by step. I love that, before it comes to fruition. Now, we're going to get into her backstory, ladies and gentlemen. I know some of you are curious, who is this person? Some of you already read her bio. I get it. Some of you already Googled her before you got here. Some of you saw the topic like, hey, Shay, this is a good place for me. But I want to talk to the person that's out there that might have this on their mind. That's not Shay Brown. It's not me. But some of us start off strong, and then we fade out with the consistent part. Why is that the case? So somebody watching right now, maybe back on December 31st, after a couple of drinks on the back of a napkin, they had these goals. They can't even tell what the goals are these days. Someone else said they were going to write a book during COVID. COVID is gone. They still ain't written the book. Someone else got so excited about the business they were going to run, the church they were going to open, and yet they faded out. So I guess the question is, why do we start so strong as entrepreneurs and then kind of fade out? And it could be leaders as well. And what's one or two things you would recommend to us?
One, I would recommend making sure we start off with understanding why we want to accomplish what we accomplish, right? Has to be bigger than just numbers. It has to be about what we're serving, who we're serving, why we're doing it. So that's the first thing, is to make sure you write that down, because when you have those moments, you can go back and look at it and say, this is my why. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing. So that's one. The second thing really is all about, okay, how big is this goal? Am I realistic in my goal? Is it too big? It should be big, but it also needs to be, it needs to grow from there. So you start off in one area, right? I say, I'll do it this way. When I want to lose weight, I don't say I want to lose 100 pounds. I start off and say I want to use five. I want to lose 5 pounds. And then you build from there. And after time, after you do the work, at that point, you'll start to see that 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. But you have to have realistic starting goals, and then, build from there. But I think those are the two things that are needed. One, your why, and also build on goals that are achievable. So you'll have short-term goals, you'll have long-term goals. Those are totally different. And you want to be able to understand the two.
And that leads us right to where we want to be. But before we get into your backstory, I'm curious, what would you say to the person that's watching right now that's like, Shay, she talks about being persistent. She talks about being consistent, but I've had some challenges in my life. And if you could talk to someone right now that just needs a word of encouragement, a word of inspiration. I don't want to put you on the spot, so I know it's not a counseling session, but they're like, wow, I like what she's hearing, Shay. And I've been off track so many times, and I showed up on this call because I know she's going to share a couple things that I can do to get back on track and stay on track. But what words would you offer to encourage and inspire that person? And you out there watching is doing really, really well and is looking for that next level of success. Soak this in as well, because this could be the rocket fuel you need to get to the next level. So I guess the question is, what would you say to the person right now that's been hit with the punch they never saw coming and they need a little help to get going? What words of encouragement do you have for them?
I would say start where you are. You don't need a lot to get started. You do need to start with a made up mind that I can do this. And you totally can. Doesn't matter how long you've been stuck. Doesn't matter how long it may appear that it will take to get out of being stuck. But you have to know that you can do this. If I've done it, others have done it as well. You can do this too. So it's time to, guess what? Go ahead and brush your shoulders off and start over again. Because it's really not about being perfect. It's not about getting everything right along the way. It's those little steps of willingness and the courage to do and get back up again, right? So that's what we want to do, is you totally can do it. Get back up again. Rome wasn't built overnight. It takes time, and it can take time for what you believe, what you're believing for, and you can totally do this. I believe in you. You can do it.
Well said, by the way. Leads us to a good point. Someone's in the kitchen right now, as I love to say, cooking dinner. And they're like, who is this person talking? I didn't read their bio, Shay. I didn't go Google them. Someone else, and we appreciate you. You might be watching us on your television right now. Hey, we want to say hello to you, by the way. Or if you got us on a podcast and we're in your ears, really appreciative. So take a moment, if you would, Dominique, and you probably already know the question, who are you? What's the backstory? And here's the most important part. What was that defining moment in your life? You said, you know what? I'm raising both hands. I'm all in helping other people not only be consistent, not only persevere, but get the results they want. So what's the backstory?
The backstory is this: my name is Dominique Merriweather. I have a servant's heart. So I serve people. I look to see how I can encourage people by way of health, fitness, and wellness, and your faith. And so that is actually how my journey started, is through faith. Actually, I would say, if I was to start off by giving it a topic or to summarizing it, it's my January 1 moment, my January 1st moment. For me, really was about, it wasn't a happy time for me. It actually was a time of grief, one of the darkest seasons that I've had in my life. And it was right before the pandemic and when I lost my little brother. He was my best friend. We would bounce things off of each other. And when we lost him at a very heroic act, it took a toll on me, not just physically, but spiritually. I also lost a little bit of hope out there and wanted some type of community at the time. So that's really where Women Walking by Faith was birthed out of. Birthed out of a broken place, a very dark place. And it was then that I just felt depleted. Um, and after some time of just contemplating what should I do next, what are my next steps, in my prayer time, in my devotion time, my God spoke to me and said, "Are you ready to walk this thing out? Are you ready to walk it out spiritually, physically, with your entire self to become the best version of yourself?" And that's exactly what happened is walked this thing out by faith with just those whispers of the words. Are you ready to walk it out? So that's what birthed Women Walking by Faith. It wasn't running. It wasn't a sprint. It was walking, and it was one step at a time. So that is really how we got started. It's about community. It's about how we lift each other up, and embrace who we are and know that we can start from nothing and go beyond that. So that's really how Women Walking by Faith was birthed. And it's not a group, it's not just a community, it's a movement. So for those that may not even enjoy going to a gym because maybe their self esteem is low, right? Maybe you're not physically where you need to be yet, or you feel you need to be. So Women Walking by Faith offers that non judgment zone, meet you where you are, um, community that will uplift you and help you to get to where you need to be so that you can feel confident to go in a gym and to open that business, to do whatever that is that you have in mind. So definitely, I can go on and on about what we do, but it's really all about community and building lasting communities that will help this generation and beyond.
Yeah. Women Walking by Faith was built step by step. You talked about
That's
it's
right.
more than a community, it's a movement. How did perseverance and consistency play a role in this? I mean, unless you, I don't know if you just snapped your fingers and everybody just magically just got gravitated to you. So, how was consistency a part of building and getting this movement going to where it is now?
Great question. So I started off where I moved to. I didn't really know a lot of people. So when I got started, I actually had some challenges with having community and not really feeling family or safe or in a place where I felt, okay, I'm comfortable. I had moved here from a job, had relocated me to this location that I'm in now. And so I took that and said, okay, well, I need community. And so in that moment, God says, why don't you build it? And a lot of times that's where we're at too. We're finding like we don't have what I'm looking for. And sometimes when you don't see it, you create it. And then other people can come along. And to your point, no one was on board at first. At sometimes there were times when we were walking and no one showed up. No one. And so at that point, doubt can kind of creep in. And you can think, am I doing the right thing? Is this working? Is it not working? Should I give up? And I remembered flowers don't grow overnight. And so that just kept coming back and resonating with me. And I took it step by step. So every so often, one person would come and join, another person would join. And then it became a community of women. But it definitely did not start with 5, 10, 20 people. It actually started with three. And
Wow.
they were kind of inconsistent initially. But because I decided and made the decision to keep going, they saw that in me and said, you know what? If she can be out there and do it, I can do it too. And then from there, we're now at 78 for just here in the state of Alabama. Thank you. And
Congratulations
then
to you.
abroad,
Congratulations.
absolutely. And we've got communities not just here in Alabama, but across the Southeast as well.
Congratulations to you,
Thank
and all
you.
that you're doing and the difference that you're making in the world. So it's a good segue, I believe, to the question. I think it's fair and reasonable that if you had to give a framework and say, Shay, for the person that wants to be more consistent, here are three, I don't know, one, two, three, four, I don't know what the number is, but well, let's say three. There are three small steps they can take on a consistent basis to help build, or maybe three or four steps they can take and do that small, but it will build towards a consistency. Again, I know it's a loaded question because some of you out there, you're veteran leaders and you're like, oh, I know some of that stuff. And others are like, I know it, but I'm not doing it. It's okay. We all are learning. So I'm going to ask, what's three small steps that someone can take to be on this journey? And whatever is in your heart right now that you know that you haven't been consistent with, and I'm in the front row, by the way, taking notes. This is a good time to tune in and listen carefully. So go ahead. What's three steps you recommend?
Absolutely. So the first one is, again, understanding your why. Why do you want to do what you have made up in your mind that you want to do? And maybe you're saying, well, I don't even know what I want to do. Go figure, right? Like that sometimes that is the goal. That sometimes that's the challenge is I don't even know where to start. I would tell you first start with what do you think is missing? What do you think your community needs? The folks that you serve. What do you think your family needs? What do you need that's not available now? So I would start there and saying, okay, this is something that is not currently in existence that I believe will make a difference here in this world, a difference in my community. So you start there. If you don't have something that you have in mind, then you write it down. Mhm. You start to write it down. After you write it down, then you want to say what time frame should I put with this, right? And you want to be realistic. You don't want to say I want to do this tomorrow. It's got to be done tomorrow because you don't. You want to make sure it's realistic. You want to make sure you have tools in place. So what does that mean? If I want to start a bakery, have I did my research yet? Those tools of going to the library or going online. What research have I done? So one, understand what you want to do, which may mean I don't know. I know I want to do something. I know I'm called to do something. So that's the first question to answer. Once you identify what that is, write it down. After you write it down, put some target dates in place, short term and long term target plates. And then I would say last thing is make sure you have an accountability partner. That can be your spouse, it can be a best friend. Well, if you want to be you want to have an accountability partner that's someone that's disciplined, that will really hold you accountable, that you trust, and that believes in you. That it definitely matters. The right resources that you have. So those are the things that I would say you want to start with: understanding your why, understanding what you want to do, how it serves your community, seeking out knowledge and tools that will help you in that endeavor. Set some goals and also make sure you have a trusted accountability partner or community that believes in what you're doing so that they can hold you accountable to those goals and to what you're looking to do.
I love it, my man. You make it seem so easy, but here's what I like: it's easy to do and easy not to do. Perfect points,
Mhm.
spot on. By the way, I just want to ask a question. It's a selfish question, but I'm just curious. I know you're a
Mm.
woman of faith. I happen to be a man of faith, and you don't have to read the Bible to relate to this. But I am curious. By the way, what are some affirmations that you tell yourself, or do you tell yourself? I guess that should be the question. Do you tell yourself any affirmations, and if so, what's one or two affirmations you use? That's kind of like your power source. It's your go-to move. It's like, you know what? When I find myself in this situation, Shay, here's just one or two affirmations that just not get them excited. I don't want you guys to get excited and pumped up and rah and feel like, oh, I'm going to go do. No, I want you to say, no, this is tangible. This has to be done, and I don't have to feel like doing it to take the action. Like I cannot feel like doing a doggone thing, and I can still do it. Isn't that a good feeling? Isn't that a good place to be in? Anyway, it's not about me. It's all about you. And I'm having a personal session with her here. Y'all just eavesdrop on us. But here's the question: what are one or two affirmations you have? Seriously, that you have that really helps keep you going?
You actually just spoke of one. I tell myself when I get up in the morning, you can do this. That's the first thing. You can do this. And then I begin to tell myself why I'm doing this. So those are two things. You can do this. Why I'm doing this. I have everything I need at my disposal to make this happen. and I'm going to do this. From I can do this to why I'm doing this to I have everything I need on the inside of me or at my disposal to do this. And I can do this. And lastly, I will do it. That's what you got to do. I get up every day and tell myself those things. So it seems simple, very simple. You don't want anything, you don't need anything complex because you want to make sure you're saying things that's going to resonate with you. Those things resonate with me. Dominique, you can do this. Add your name to it. You can do this. You have what it takes to do this. You're doing this for your community. You're doing this to serve individuals. You have everything inside of you to make it happen. You can do it. And Dominique, you will do it.
You can and you will and you must and you can make it a reality. One of my favorite questions I like to ask when we have a few minutes and you kind of share a lot about your backstory is what's one of the best pieces of advice you've ever been given? I always frame it for the audience so they know you've read countless books. You've had a lot of training. You've had mentors along this journey. You've watched videos and so many other things. But if you just step back and say, you know what, here's one of the best pieces of advice that I've ever been given, Shay, that I want to share with the audience. What would it be and why?
One of the best advices I think I was given, and it was in a form of a question, actually. And it was me saying, I can't do this. And I remember a mentor saying, if not you, why not? If not you, then who? And that really changed my perspective from thinking I'm too this, or I'm not that, or I'm not this person, or I don't have that, or I wasn't, in this place, or I didn't graduate from this school. I graduated from that school. I don't know this particular connection this person does. And the question was, if not you, then who? And I could never come up with a name, ever. I could never come up with a name to give my mentor. And that just kept me. So when you have those moments, you feel like, man, maybe there's somebody else qualified to do this. I'll tell you, there's nobody more qualified to do this that was called to do this than you. Not everybody was called to do the same thing. So there's nobody else more qualified to do what you were called to do than you.
I love it. What does success look like for you these days? What does it feel like for you?
Success looks like being able to mentor someone else. Success looks like lifting my hand, helping someone else, and them being able to see them grow and grow up in their gifting and their calling and what they were called to do in business or personally. That is what success looks like to me when I can look back and say, I've been able to empower, inspire, assist, point in the right direction these individuals, and it has some of my blueprint on it. My thumbprints are on all of that in some capacity, not in an arrogant way, but in a way to say, God, you did that through me. You did that, and I'm satisfied with that. So that's what I enjoy seeing, and that's what success looks like to me.
Wow, you love what you're doing. When you're not out helping women walk, I'll say that, walk by faith. When you're not out helping women, I will say, or men at the same time, really be more consistent. What do you do for fun when you're just not out saving the world?
I love dancing. I'm also a certified fitness instructor, so I love dancing. I love baking. It's a new hobby I picked up over the last year or two, and I love spending time with my family. I absolutely love my family. So those are some things that I do for fun: baking, going out dancing. You can get a good workout by the way, doing that.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do, for
So
sure.
those are
If we come down the home stretch, a two-part question. Number one, what type of clients are you looking to work with these days, if any? And number two, how can folks best connect with you? Like if they want to stay in this conversation over and beyond the day, where should they go? Is there a website? Is there a place? What should they do?
Oh, I love it. Thank you. Thank you for that. I'm looking for those individuals, particularly women, some men too, that have something burning on the inside of them that they want to do, that feel like they're being called to something and don't know how to start. And it doesn't matter where you are in the US. That's the next market that I'm looking for, not just the Southeast. Where else can I help out beyond the Southeast, whether that's the West Coast, whether that's Northeast? I even have someone that joined from London. I'm like, okay, how can I make this happen? So that really is my burning, is to make sure that I'm able to be in a position to help others, not just here in the Southeast, but all the way around the US and possibly the world. So that is my next thing. That's my next goal. And I believe I can and I will do it. And so, how to reach me? Several different ways. Website is womenwalkingbyfaith.com. It's very easy. You can go out there, explore the website, gives you lots of information about me, about our community, what we do. You can also email me at womenwalkingbyfaith@yahoo.com. I'm also on Facebook at Facebook. You can go to Women Walking by Faith, Faith and Fitness Ministry on Facebook. And those are just a few ways. And then, of course, we have some telephone numbers and lots of other ways too. But to start off, use those methods and we'll get right in touch with you. We would love for you guys to join us.
Well, let me say thank you so much for being on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. I love the energy. Some people I never get a chance to meet. We had a chance to meet, I believe, face to face in Dallas at Nicole Johnson's event. Shout out to Nicole Johnson, by the way. So thank you so much for being on the show. We appreciate it. Can't wait to see you again soon.
Thank you. Have a good one.
And thank you to viewers. Thank you for tuning in, by the way, because without you, well, we don't have a show. And so I never get tired of reminding you every night at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. No matter what's going on in your life, by the way, whether you're doing really, really well because you're already consistent, you're just going to that next level of success, or you've been hit with the punch that you never saw coming. The one thing I do believe is that today is a fresh start. It's like a January 1st. You get a fresh start, you get a do-over. And because of just that one reason alone, I believe your best is still yet to come. Your best is yet to come. Your best is yet to come. With that being said, my name is Che Brown. I'm out. Dominique, thank you so much. Peace, everybody. We'll see you on the other side. God bless and keep doing God's work. We out.